Oh man, I love it. Run down. Shoot. Say that, but I'm going to go with you. Push it to you. Say that, they'll get with you. Push it to you. That's came out that steel. Preparation's everything. Wait.
Do you narrate it later? Is that what you do? No.
Well, usually I narrate as I go.
Oh, do you?
Ooh, my fingers are hot. Man, that's hot, dude.
Where's oh, is that the elf glove? That elf glove's not working.
It's not good enough, I'll tell you that right now.
Aren't you supposed to put that on your pee-pee?
Okay, we're recording.
Yeah, right. Keep it
Hey.
G-rated.
I'm gonna be powder coating. I'm supposed to breathe this stuff in, man.
Probably not. Can you put too much on?
They say you can't, but you can.
You can kind of puddle up or clump up or something.
Well, it'll dry this. Yeah.
Since it's so hot, it's almost kind of doing its thing right now.
Right. That's true. It is. But it is and it isn't. I'm overdoing it now.
Yeah, you are.
Problem is that I can't see in certain places.
You got it all.
So
Freaking. How come it's ripply? Is that because of the steel itself?
that's just the texture you get when you do that, you know. When you powder coat. It just depends on the prep,
Yeah.
the whole thing. But when you see it, when it's dry, it's pretty good.
All right, I gotta go pick up my girlfriend. I'll be in trouble.
Okay.
What
thanks
time
a lot.
tomorrow? Are we doing Fred Meyer?
Yeah, I will text you.
Let me know.
All right.
Hey, buddy. Thank you.
Yep. Hey folks, well, we're all done with the table. So, let me tell you, this is the first welder's table I have ever made. And it was a lot of fun. It was also a little nerve-wracking at the same time because I've never built a welder's table before, and so I really didn't know what I was getting myself into. But before I built this table, I went on YouTube and I watched dozens of videos on what it was that I was looking for. I also got ideas, and at the end of the day, this was what I came up with. I built this table this way for a number of reasons. One is I wanted a table that had enough room in between the steel planks so that I could throw my clamps up in there, just like you see here. Whether it's a Harbor Freight clamp or Northern Tool clamp, doesn't matter. I just wanted to be able to put my, slip my clamps through the slotted holes or the slotted spaces and hold my steel down. They're about 1.25 inches apart. I think I saw some guy on YouTube did it, do it 1 inch apart, but I wanted it a little bit further to fit some of those thicker and wider clamps. Then over here, I ended up keeping these 3 together so that I can do, stuff like this with my drill press. And I don't know, some of you may think, well, why would you, weld that to the table and everything? Because I got no room to put it. I don't even have any room to put another table in to put that on. So that's why I spot welded it in the corner that I thought would be good for it. I can always take those welds off later if I want. But for right now, that's perfect for me. I'm going to use it that way, and I know that if it's there, it'll always be available to me when I need it. The other thing I did over here was build a little slotted clamp system for my, so it's going to fit in here. Basically, it's for my bench vise. See that? So on top of here is going to go, my bench vise is going to go here. And well, because I ended up powder coating it, as you can see, this is a Ford Blue powder coat. It's a little, now it won't go in as smooth. So I'm going to have to shave the inside out a little bit so that it will slip right through there. But anyway, so I built that for the bench vise, and then I built this little angle iron piece here. I cut this here so that we could throw all my clamps on and a couple of grinders and stuff like that. The other really cool thing I did was I got some solid tubing here, 5/8 inch solid tubing. I cut these down, took all the mill scale off, polished it, and then welded it, and then covered it before I painted the table because I wanted these to show clean. The reason for that is one, well, first I wanted to be able to put the discs, as you see there, on it. I have a bunch of discs, so I'm going to load those on. And two, I wanted a grounding spot for whenever I needed it. Now I can always ground my clamps on the table, right on the corners here like this, but it didn't hurt, for me to put them. Since I had the extra tubing, I wanted to put it to use, and that's how I used it. To use it as a grounding clamp, and it looks pretty darn cool actually. I've got one in each corner. Whoops. Right over there. There we go. And then over here, I have a little lip, and I sanded. I grinded the bottom, the scale off the bottom part of these planks, so that I would have a clean ground here as well. Now the other side of this, well, let's see, it's like that on that side, and then it's like that on this side. See, bit of a lip, and then it's like that on this side. But on that side, I did not allow for the lip to go over, because I want it to be able to do this, as you see here, and then put anything else flush up against this side if I decide to later. So hanging this over a little bit worked out pretty well for me, actually. The steel planks are made of 3/8" mild steel. All of the square tubing, except for this, is 0.180 wall thickness. The wheels are from Northern Tool with 8 grade bolts holding them, bolted to them. Each wheel is rated at about 450 pounds. Now they had bigger wheels than that you know, go up as high as 650 or 700 or whatever, but I think this is more enough. It also has a lock and unlock mechanism, and they're all you know, bearing. They all have bearings in them. It's a pretty nice table, guys. I didn't think I'd be able to do it, being that it was my first welder's table. There are a lot of welds on here that aren't so great, so I tried to fix those the best I could. But I think for the most part it's going to hold. And I'll tell you right now, I was looking online, you know, I started looking at other tables online, you know, similar tables that were just extremely expensive. And I think, I mean, I have to pull my receipts together, but I think for the most part, I might have spent about $550 for all the material, maybe $600 for all the materials on this table. This table right here, with the way that it's built, I can guarantee you it's, I mean, you're probably looking at over $2,500. With all the tables I've looked at online to get this, you know, this quality steel and this amount of work put into it and everything, and the way that it is, I don't think you could spend less than, you know, $3,000 or more for a table like this. This thing is heavy, it's solid, and it's just, I mean, it's a beast. It's a beast, and it moves nice. It does move nice with those wheels. Pretty cool. I'm sure down the road I might want to add a couple, you know, 1 or 2 things here or there, but for right now, this is going to allow me to do my welding on it. And that's pretty much it. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think, and I'm out. Thanks for watching.